Wednesday, June 30th, the South Bay Homeless Coalition hosted South Bay Connect Day at Alondra Park. Literally months of planning and meetings resulted in an event that featured a host of government, nonprofit, and faith-based organizations connecting to people that need those services. More than 300 people were registered and were able to find services from health providers, social services, housing assistance, and food programs, as well as receive donated items ranging from personal hygiene to clothing and food.
I think some of the greatest needs, probably a relational answer, because that's kind of the bent we come from, is honestly they need that human component to these moments where they get connected to services. There's a lot of systems in place and a lot of organizations and people that can provide services and create these healthy environments, but sometimes they're missing that person that looks them in the eye and is willing to shake their hand and really get to know their name and get to know their story. And the more you learn about the story, the more you understand that a lot of the deficit is more than just products and services. A lot of times just that human interaction. So being part of the volunteer coordination and working with the volunteers, we get to be that component, which is special for us.
Well, public health provided public health nurses to vaccinate people who needed hepatitis A, Tdap, and I think it was also Twinrix, which is an A and B vaccination, and then do health education. I think there's so many people here that wanted to partner and to do this. This is an amazing thing. Most other areas, they don't have this many services offered. They may have them in the area, but they just have not been able to organize all of them. Well, because there are so many providers, they don't know really what's available. Having an escort, so to speak, they know they've already oriented themselves to what providers are out there and what services are being provided. So they would be able to say, okay, this is what you need, this is where you need to go. So they will expedite them instead of them missing providers, taking time, spending time in places where they really aren't going to be helped. Really, the bottom line is get people into housing, removing all the barriers and having everybody here in one spot to help remove those barriers.
Typically, the first step, what they would need to do is obtain a birth certificate to prove that who they are in order to get their identification. So we would be the first stop. I was overwhelmed. I'm not overwhelmed. I'm taken back, actually. I had all these vendors out here that are actually providing these resources for the homeless.
I'm Sherry Tossell, and I'm on the board of Love Inc., which stands for Love in the Name of Christ. And we work with all of the churches in the South Bay, the Christian churches particularly, to try to help the homeless. In this case today, we are here passing out hygiene bags for men and for women. So there's different things in the men's bag than there are in the women's bags. And hopefully that's going to make their life a little bit easier. I am impressed with the way people, the number of agencies that you have represented here and the help, the type of help that you're able to give to these people.
While the event was a tremendous success, the issue and needs still exist. More than 300 people received assistance, direction, or referrals for services, but many more need to be reached. If you would like to participate in some of these events in the future, or volunteer with any of the organizations addressing the needs of our homeless in the South Bay, please contact the South Bay Homeless Coalition to find out how. Reporting from Alondra Park, I'm Joe McMahon with ShareFest.